Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and it's day 4 of the Advent tournament. We don't even know who we are anymore.
Two more matchups for us to completely mistrust our palates, and let's get started with the 4th bracket. This is seed number 4 versus seed number 29. Wild Turkey, Rare Breed, 116 proof versus Early Times, Bottled and Bond, 100 proof.
If I get this one wrong, it's over. Throw it in the towel.
There's no right or wrong.
No, I know, but...
I mean, there's kind of a right or wrong.
But I'm gonna say, like, I've had both of these, and I love one and dislike the other. So if I do not pick the one that I love this time...
I feel like you're breaking bad on Early Times. Early Times is my favorite daily drinker, and also happens to be my favorite screw top. Look at that.
Oh, lovely.
Isn't that great? That's how you know it's a good bottle. Honestly, I love that bottle. It's one of my favorite budget buys, and I believe in that bottle. So.
And at 1 liter, you can't go wrong with that.
Maybe depending on where you buy it and the price you get it for. Pound for pound, the cheapest bourbon in this tournament. Let's give it a go. Also, by the way, Rare Breed.
Ooh.
One of the killers of 2020. We love this bottle, so let's get right into it. I think this might be a short matchup.
I need a redemption day, so let's see where we're at.
And stick around for matchup number 2. I think there's more heartache coming. We'll see. Ooh, that's a hot nose.
On the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can already tell the difference. Way hotter nose on the first one than on the second one. Really subtle, sweet on the second one.
Second one's got some nice fruit notes there. Mm-hmm. Oh, the caramel.
Oh, but still I was gonna say the caramel on this first one comes through really nice.
The nose, it was all ethanol at first, and now it's all caramel. It's all vanilla.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like the nose totally changed.
I couldn't
get a little oxygen in there, and then
I couldn't help it. Oh, it's so good. The glass one's so good. Oh. You coming up? Come on. Okay.
The nose on that and then the taste don't necessarily match up. That taste! Oh, I was unsure of what I was gonna get after there in that first glass, and oh, that's delicious.
Okay, so glass B actually has a nice flavor to it. It's a little astringent at first, but on the finish, a ton of vanilla and some really nice oak. I wasn't expecting to get much of anything on glass 2 compared to glass 1 because glass 1 had so much flavor, but the finish sort of rushed through on glass 2. This is pretty wild, actually. I'm
glad that we drink we don't have to drink the entire glass, but we get to take a little bit of time because like your immediate reaction is obviously so much different than like the later ones, but if I was just going for the first sip, you'd already have a winner. But as we learned yesterday, things can be deceiving. And you need to try them all the way through.
Let's be honest, the wheels are going to come off time after time in this competition.
B drink's really hot for me.
B is hotter for you?
Yeah. Or maybe it's just more pungent, I don't know.
The flavors are right up front in glass 2.
And it is just like, right down the throat. Whoa.
Glass 2 is burning you up?
Yeah.
Glass 2, I get cherry notes, I get vanilla notes, I get caramel notes, maybe a touch of banana, maybe a touch. Glass 1, caramel, vanilla, touch of cinnamon. Glass 1 is, to me, just absolutely quintessential, delicious bourbon. This is what bourbon should taste like in glass 1. If those aren't helpful tasting notes, but this is a solid glass of bourbon.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I didn't even give you any like tips or notes, or I don't even think I said anything about the flavors or anything.
Glass 1 is just a Kentucky hugger. I mean, it's coming to get you.
And I've said this before, and I feel really bad because I know people, well, again, I always think I know what I'm drinking, and then I never get it right
I don't know where you're going. I have no idea which one you like. So you're ready to make a decision?
Yeah.
You've got one.
You really love both of these bottles, and there's only one of them that I really love. Unless I have another repeat of the last 2 days. Which, seriously, if that happens, I think I'm gonna cash it in.
Okay, so do you want to go first or should I this time?
Let's do one more sip just so that I'm not completely crazy.
Okay.
And then it doesn't matter to me because unless something drastically changes here in the end, I know it won't matter to me.
I will say this. The bottle that I think is Early Times, I thought that after drinking Rare Breed, that Early Times would have just no flavor. It would just be demolished, that my palate would be so wrecked from Rare Breed, or that the flavors in Early Times just wouldn't be there. The flavors of Early Times are standing up, and they're still great.
And now I just took another sip, and now all of a sudden everything's kind of flipped on its head. I thought this would be an easy one because I'd be like, oh, of course, it's the Rare Breed. And now the one that I thought was the Rare Breed, now it's kind of flipped up on its head.
The tough thing about this is that the flavor profiles are totally different, but the flavors themselves, these bourbons, are so flavorful. There's so much going on in each one of these that they're standing up to one another. And I didn't expect that at all. I will say I can't stop going back to glass number 1. It's so good.
Okay, never mind. I just did it again. I'm good.
You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I just, like, I think I had one of those, like, self-doubting moments. And so then I went back and just tried them again. And I think I got it. I think
you can't have no in your heart.
You cannot have no in your heart.
I'm just gonna, let me go back to glass 1 more time. I can't. I'm gonna. It's so good. It's so good. Do you want to go first or shall I?
Sure. Glass number 1.
Glass number 1 it is.
Yep.
Same for me.
Ooh, we're finally on the right page.
Both of these are delicious. Would you agree that these are both stellar expressions of bourbon?
Early Times is not my favorite. You love it. I mean, like, love it. It's not one that I would ever go for if glass 2 is Early Times. The taste in here, same effect. Like, I thought it was good. It just doesn't do anything for me. Like, even for a daily drinker, an easy drinker, it ran really hot for me. It's just not something that my palate prefers. There was like a hint of like cherries or something that kind of came through, and it was really delicious. And then the next sip I had kind of like eviscerated it. So it's just not my thing.
Cherry, vanilla, caramel, oak, but fleeting. Whereas glass 1 was caramel, vanilla, baking spices, oak, and lingering, and a little more cohesive in general. Certainly more powerful. Let's find out what we got. You've got.
And it better be Rare Breed. So I have A.
You have A. I have A. A is Wild Turkey Rare Breed. So Early Times. I'm not going to be upset about this, and here's why. It means my daily drinker is off the table, so I get more of it to drink daily.
Yeah. And also, I mean, like we've been talking about in the last couple of days, I mean, all of these are flippin' amazing.
This is not a competition for losers.
No, and it's just a competition of preference.
And for the first time in a long time, we've had 3 straight that we disagreed on. This is the first one in 4 that we've agreed on, so. Which
is actually a little surprising to me because you really do like Early Times. You really like Early Times.
I'm in love with Rare Breed though, so.
Yeah.
Cheers, we got one. We'll be right back with matchup number 2. Okay, match 2. Time to break our hearts. We are about to either lose one of our favorite bottles, which is about a $26 or $27 bottle, or a baller bottle. Hashtag baller bottle, most expensive bottle in our collection.
And you're broken up about it. I'm not. We did a Weller matchup earlier this summer, which we did not have on video, but Special Reserve went out handily of all the Wellers that we tried.
And all the leaders, really. It was Weller and several other things, Rebel Yell and Bernheim, and all kinds of things. This is an MGP offering here, 100 proof, Weller 90 proof. Let's get to it.
Right off the bat for me, glass 2 smells like it's a higher proof.
Oh, glass 1 smells lovely.
Oh, but it is really nice.
Glass 2, the nose is a little masked. There's not a ton going on right there, but let's see if it opens up.
There's a little bit of a floral note on glass 1.
Glass 1.
Oh, but,
Wow.
Glass 2 kind of opened up a little bit. Just jumping back and forth.
This is gonna be really tough. I think this is the first time in the competition where after testing the nose on 2 glasses, I had no idea which one is which.
Right off the bat, glass 1, I thought it had like a really strong nose. Glass 2 has really come through, maybe just a little bit of the oxygenation. A little bit of the oxygenation.
Oxygenation.
Oxygenation. A little bit more of the oxygenation.
You nailed that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sip some. I'm ready. Glass 1, I'm going in.
Now I'm digging glass 2 smell.
Mmm.
Some caramel there.
There's maple there.
Oh, a little maple.
A little maple, a little spice. So now I think
Sweet.
it's
for sure.
It's definitely got some spice. It's definitely got some sugary maple in there. I really like that actually. That's nice. That's a super well balanced. I'm going back to glass 1 here.
It's got like a light heat to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like what we just tasted previously. It's just it just kind of simmers in there. It's nice.
I think it's easy to confuse the spice for heat on this one. I think that that's a rye spice. It's nice. It's very well balanced.
Glass 2's got the profile shifts a little bit to the sweeter variety there.
Yeah.
Versus the other one. Now that I've had them side by side.
Now that I've tasted
A
glass
little bit,
1.
yeah, like you're right. A little bit spicier on the first glass, a little bit sweeter on the second glass.
Oh, wow. Yeah, now that I've tasted glass 1, glass 2, it comes into greater focus. Yeah.
Ooh.
Glass 2 suddenly is
There's
caramel,
nice,
honey, vanilla, sweetness.
yeah, there's a nice, like, richness isn't the right word, but there's a nice coating. It might be like the honey flavor or something. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's really delicious.
Yeah, the word that keeps popping into my mind is like rounded. It's sort of, it's everywhere at once. It's smooth, it's flavorful, it's cohesive, which is really lovely. We've tasted some high proof bourbons over the last few days, and this matchup here of 2 relatively lower proof bourbons is very welcome, because I feel like we're getting more flavor.
Where are we at with the bracket? Like, what are these numbers?
So number 13 overall versus number 20 overall. Even though the Weller is considerably less expensive, the Weller was a wheated bourbon. That's why it fell into this position in bracket
Oh no,
number 4.
another wheated? We can see where this is gonna go.
I'm back on glass 1 now.
Me too.
And it's still tremendous. And it's actually opened up a
I was
little
gonna say
bit.
that it smells a lot better than it did wheated.
I just want my nose to live in this glass.
Oh, I just love the smell of the second one though.
Now glass 1, I just took a really nice small sip of it, just kind of let it roll around on my tongue. And it's tingly, it's like dancing. It's really nice.
I'm getting a little of that oak, a little bit of that cherry in this one. And glass number 2, sorry, on the finish.
Man, these are both really good. But I think so far I have a winner, but again, I think we should continue on, because as we keep discovering, the lower you get in these glasses, the more you get in the nose, the more you get on the palate. These glasses change the deeper you get into them.
I'm gonna say neither one of these, I guess Special Reserve could be, but neither one of these would be a daily drinker for me. They're almost like too, this seems crazy, but almost too flavorful.
They both seem like fancy.
Yeah, there's like a lot going on for both of them, which is amazing.
It is a treat to have 2 lower proof bourbons that you can actually taste. So
totally.
The flavors are really good.
And I think you could sit and have this one glass throughout the whole night. Grab a movie, sit, you're just sipping on it the whole night. You're not gonna go for a refill. I mean, you might want a refill.
I was gonna say maybe one of each.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, they're just hot enough and flavorful enough that like you could just really take your time with them.
They both have a lot of caramel in them, but glass 2 from a flavor standpoint, I would say is more honey, whereas glass 1 I would say is more maple. That's the major distinction for me between the 2 of these. I would say that they're both really well balanced, really delicious, but glass 1 for me has more of the flavor profile that I actually prefer, which is maple to honey in glass 2. That's where I'm at right now, but it could change. I just took a long break from glass number 1, and I'm about to go back to it now. I just picked it up and smelled it a second ago after taking a break from it and just focusing on glass 2. There's a ton of flavor in here. There's there's a ton on the nose that I wasn't getting earlier, simply because I focused on this one for so long. It's really rich. Glass number 1, the flavors are really rich.
What do you think, Norman?
He's about to fall asleep. He's no help at all.
Are you ready?
You're gonna make me choose already?
Well, we've been going on for 11 minutes.
Julie wants to be ready. I'm ready. What's your glass?
I'm going with glass number 2.
I need to try one more sip. One more sip.
Are we going to be 2 for 2 today? You're gonna go with glass number 1. Not surprising that we're different on this one. I love Weller Reserve. You really liked the Remus. Wouldn't it be hilarious if we chose each other's opposite?
Oh no, I hadn't even considered that. I think glass 1 is the Remus. I think glass 2 is the Weller. This profile is. I actually didn't expect this. I had a hunch that I was gonna pick Weller, and I was a little heartbroken about it, even though I really love both of these bottles. I still might have. Let's find out. I've chosen glass 1. You've chosen glass 2. My glass 2 is letter A.
My glass 2 is letter A as well.
And letter A is Weller Special Reserve. So you've chosen Weller, I've chosen Remus.
Perfect.
And
not surprising.
Once again, we split.
For the first time in a few matchups, I feel like I trust my palate again. I really do love Weller Special Reserve. So I am happy that that's moving forward. I've had a little bit of shock up to this point.
It's a good thing we decided to do different brackets. So this is end of day 4.
2 more matchups tomorrow.
So from wherever we are
to wherever you are,
cheers.
Cheers.